In the next case, we will be taking care of this line height property. We know about this line height property. It is the height, it is the gap between two consecutive lines for a particular multiple line text element, and we can see that there are different classes right over here which is being used here. This is the leading none class, which has a line height of normal height that we have used previously. This is the line height of 1 em. Then comes this particular leading tight class, which has a line height of 1.25. Then comes this leading snug class, leading normal class, leading relaxed, and leading loose class. So all those classes could have been used over there, and we can make our particular font or text element a little bit of responsive with the aid of this individual LG or MD, that means the breakpoint specification into our project. So we'll be using them over here. In the first case, we are using this leading none. So let's get back to our project, and here we will be using this class of leading none. If we now get back to our project, where did exactly we have made this particular change? It is the third paragraph where we are making this change of leading none. So this is the third paragraph. Have a close look at it. Now if we just reload, we can see that the line height is now minimized, and line spacing, those are a little bit of condensed into our project. This is the thing that we are going to do with this line height property. So if we press F12 and select this particular third paragraph, we can see that a leading none class is being used right over here, which has a line height of 1. Close it again. Now, before making any kind of advancement, I would like to say that we are jumping right into this MD class, because all of those things are practically being defined into Tailwind CSS. All we need to know exactly how to make them mobile specific or breakpoint specific, and in that effort I would like to make usage of all those breakpoint related classes those been used so far. Now here I have set this default property of leading none. That means up to the breakpoint of 639 pixels, it will be using this particular leading none class, because there's no practically class definition, any kind of class definition is being defined below the certain breakpoint of 640 pixels. So in that particular case, it will be reverting back to the default class which is being defined right over here. So in the previous case, all we are going to do, we are going to make usage of this leading none class here. In the next case, for this SM, which class should we use over here? This is the leading tight class, and it has a line height property of 1.25. So in this particular case, we are about to make usage of this class of leading tight. There it goes. The expected line height property is 1.25. So press Ctrl S and get back to our project and reload. This is the thing that will be used right over here. And another thing, we have defined nothing for the respective breakpoints over here. So this will be the class which will be carried forward to the next breakpoints which haven't been defined right over here. If we get back to our project and press F12 and have a close look over here, the property of this particular paragraph, we can see that the same exact leading tight class, along with its property of line height of 1.25, is being used right over here. So there's absolutely no problem to understand that at any breakpoint, whatever is the definition of that particular breakpoint where we had defined some particular classes with some definite properties, it will be continued for the next breakpoints which haven't been defined yet. This is the exact demonstration of what we are about to see in our future tutorials, in our future project on Tailwind CSS. While we haven't defined any breakpoint, it will be using the default class and it will be continued all along this particular breakpoints right over here.